Anyway, it's nice to see you. My favorite thing to do in terms of work is to work with a script and work with actors, um, or just work with actors and help them to get better. That is my joy, and I like to work with people who really like to work and it's who aspire to do the very best that they can do. Um, that excellence is interesting to them and that they want that for themselves and they have really rich, deep, juicy aspirations for that. They want to be the best they can be. And when that happens, that's a lot of fun. And that offers a lot of possibilities for growth and surprise and expansion and deep understanding of the self for the purpose of putting it into work to tell stories where an audience really feels the actor and feels the story. And then the writer just, if they're alive, is jumping for joy. And if they're dead, they're also jumping for joy because it means so much to a writer to see their vision lived out in ways that they could never have predicted by these amazing humans. Which is why I have hope that even though there is this Tilly AI actress who is a little scary, uh, because I've always said that we're not going to be replaced by AI, but then they'd invented Tilly. And producers love that idea because they don't have to negotiate contracts or any of that kind of stuff. I still firmly believe that this is an analog art form and will be done by humans till the end of time, as long as we exist. So today I have the pleasure and the honor and the privilege of working with two people I've worked with before, Kimmy Hoffman and Mike Edward. Um, did I pronounce your name right, Mike? The last name? Good. Okay. And we also have some really generous volunteers, Elizabeth Moser and Leo Jackson III, who are going to function as readers for these scenes. We're going to do something from Susan Laurie Park's Top Dog Underdog, and we're going to do something from uh, Grace and Frankie, which is that the Jane Fonda show, Kimmy? Is that what that is? Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes, it is.
Lily Tomlin, Jane, and who's who? Who's Grace in that?
Grace is the mom. I'm going to be playing her daughter, Brianna.
Right, but who is Grace? Which of those two actors?
Oh, she's Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda. Okay, who still looks amazing, by the way, at age 80, whatever the
Yes.
fuck she is. Sorry, but like
Wilson
that's
Pickett.
just unbelievable what she's
Yeah.
doing. Okay. So my simple goal, Marina said I'm going to be doing some coaching. Maybe I'm not going to do any coaching because maybe this is just going to come out like butter and like perfect, right? And if it does, I don't need to like do much, but maybe we can make it better. And better would be clearer, more precise, more grabbing the opportunities that are in the text. So again, as Marina said, this is not a performance. These actors and readers are brave and generous. No one's being paid. No one paid to be here. It's all free because we like to work together. And I love these two actors that we're working with, and I love these two readers who I've known for a little bit of time and a lot of time. Um, and they're artists. Leo's an artist, Elizabeth's an artist. Everyone who's working tonight is a true artist, which I think really makes for the very best work. And then we'll have some time for some questions or comments or whatever. So sound good, y'all? Yeah? Yes? No? Um, I am not cooking dinner for you all. So the more you guys watching there can participate by putting things in the chat, that's generous. That's paying it forward, right? Like you're getting this for free. So I always ask when I walk into a room for the first time, I say, "Hi, friends." And the first time everyone's nervous. And so they go, "Hi, whatever." And they sort of sound like, I don't know, anesthetized cattle. And and then I say, what kind of greeting was that? I'd want my money back. Um, and I ask them if they believe in generosity. So, do you all believe in generosity? Do you? Yes, no? How am I going to know? Yeah, because I want to be generous to you tonight, but it's a two-way street, friends, right? We live in a cause and effect universe, karma. And you can't just, it's easy to sit back and watch a Zoom, but actually your participation is going to be important, right? And how involved you are is important. You don't have to serve the readers, Mohammed. You just have to be here and be present. And that's a big ask, actually, which means like no shopping. No shopping while you're on this call, which when I was teaching online, some people would shop. And it's like, that's not what we're doing, right? But I don't know if anybody's wearing pants, and that's okay, right? And you don't know if I'm wearing pants. I might not be, right? You never know. Um, okay, so the way to do this is to pin the person who's doing the work,
Terry,
meaning
I'm gonna highlight them so they don't even need to do that.
fucking great, man. That is good. All right. Way to go. All right.
Let
So,
me
and
just, Mike, sorry. I just want to
everybody
say,
else should turn off their video and make sure they're muted. I think they're already muted, but turn off your video so that we don't see you. And then I'm gonna turn off my video. Um, and we're gonna work on uh, Susan Laurie Park's Top Dog Underdog, which is a play that we could spend a couple years on. Um, it's about two brothers, Lincoln and Booth. Who are you, Mike?
Booth.
Okay, Booth is the younger brother. Lincoln is the older brother. This ultimately has a tragic ending, and it's a play that I saw originally with Mos Def uh, in the part and Jeffrey Wright, and man, it's a good one, and it's a deep one, and it's by one of our very best playwrights. So um, I'm gonna let you guys work on the scene, and I'll sort of be watching and taking notes, and then I'll come in and again see if we can make it better. And Mike, you should pin Leo, right, so that you can see them, and you should turn off self-view if you can, so that you're not watching yourself.
Do you need help doing that, Mike?
I got the self-view part.
You don't need to,
Oh,
I don't think you'll need to pin Leo because once Terry goes off camera, he'll be the only one you can see.
yeah.
This is a newer update to Zoom, Terry, since
Wowie,
that
wowie.
was on
Okay, all right. So whenever you're ready, and this is from the beginning of the play, right? The very first scene, is it? Or
Yeah, it's the first scene.
yeah, okay. All right, whenever you're ready.
Am I still visible?
Yep, we can see you. You just can't see yourself.
Uh, Science.
And you can see Leo?
Yeah.
All right, Leo, you can see Mike?
Yep.
We're golden. Here we go.
Let me know when you're ready, Mike.
Make you a little bigger. I'm ready.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you sorry, all right.
I can't be hustling no more, bro.
What you do all day ain't no hustle.
It's honest work.
Dressing up like some cracker ass white man, dead president, and letting some people shoot at you. Sounds like a hustle to me.
People know the real deal. When they know the real deal, it ain't no hustle.
We play the card game, the people will know the real deal. Sometimes we will win, sometimes they'll win. They move fast, they win. We move faster, we win.
I ain't going back to that, bro. I ain't going back.
You ain't going back, but you going way back to when folks were still slaves and shit.
Don't push me.
You're gonna have to leave.
I'll be gone tomorrow.
Good, because this was a temporary arrangement, anyways.
I will be gone tomorrow.
Good. From the top again.
Well, I'm confused because on my scene it has you going all the way to past the song to it was his idea of a joke, or are you just starting with ending with good?
No, I was trying to keep it under 2 minutes. I didn't know how long that
It's okay. That's fine. That's good. All right. So you want to end it at good?
yeah, just to be safe with how long
That's
the
fine.
song could have been.
That's fine. That's fine. Um, okay. So we'll talk a little bit. Has asked me to start my video. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Um, Leo, who is who has the power in this scene?
I do.
That's not clear right now. You're the older, wiser brother
Okay.
who's being asked to do something that you don't want to do, which is go back to the game. Is that right?
Correct.
Right. So right now you're a little bit on the back foot, and so it's not about being loud or aggressive, but it is about being clear and defining yourself, right? He's a guy who's interested in shortcuts and hustles, and there's a reason why you left the game. It wasn't for you anymore, even though you're excellent at it, right? He also has a point of view about your job, um, and you also understand what hustling is, and that's a deep philosophy for you. So it's just not clear that you're offering him something to bounce off of. You're being very generous, but you can be more generous in terms of having a point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do it again, and then I'm going to talk to you, Mike, okay? All right, I'm going to disappear one more time.
I'm sorry.
Let's actually start, sorry, with the first line being, um, can you do the monologue just before it, Mike?
Yeah.
She was putting her stuff in bags. I had the sense to go back. Like, can you just, let's start from there? Because I think it gives us the context for why he says he's sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was putting her stuff in bags. She had all them nice suitcases, but she was putting her stuff in bags, packing up her shit. She told me to look after you. I told her I was the little brother and the big brother should look out for the little brother. She just said it again, that I should look out for you. Yeah, but who gonna look out for me? Not like you care. Here I am, interested in an economic opportunity, willing to work hard, willing to take risk, and all you can say, you shit-eating, motherfucking pathetic, limp dick Uncle Tom, and all you can tell me is you don't want to do it no more. What I'm wanting to do, here I am trying to earn a living, and you standing in my way. You standing in my way, Link.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you sorry, all right.
I can't be hustling no more, bro.
What you do all day ain't no hustle.
It's honest work.
Dressing up like some cracker ass white person, dead president, and letting some people shoot at you. That sounds like honest work to me.
People know the real deal. When they know the real deal, it ain't no hustle.
We do the card game, people will know the real deal. Sometimes we win, sometimes they'll win. They move fast, they win. We move faster, we win.
I ain't going back to that, bro. I ain't going back.
You play honest Abe. You ain't going back, but you going way back to back when folks were still slaves and shit.
Don't push me.
You're gonna have to leave.
Leo, do that again. You play Honest Abe. Leo, threaten him. You play Honest Abe.
You play Honest Abe. You ain't going back, but you going way back. Back to back when folks were still slaves and shit.
Don't push me.
You're gonna have to leave.
I'll be gone tomorrow.
Say fine. Fine, I'll be gone tomorrow.
Fine. I'll be gone tomorrow.
Good. Because this was a temporary arrangement, anyways.
I will be gone tomorrow.
Good.
Who's the boss, Mike?
I'm
Right
the
now.
boss. Right
Right
now, I'm
now.
the boss.
Whose house is it?
This is my house.
Your house. And if the guy's not going to give you what you want and is going to flex with you, what's the answer?
Kick his ass out.
You're going to have to leave. Okay, that was better, Leo. Thank you. So what do you think this needs, Mike? It's quite good as is. See, I told you I might not have to do anything. But how can I help you? And what are your thoughts on that? Have you done this play?
No, I haven't. Just seen it once.
You should do the play.
Oh, let it manifest.
Make it happen. You guys would be good, Leo. I mean, I know that you already have another man that you want to do this with, but we could do the Atlanta version and the New York version.
I'm with it.
Oh,
Or but how can I help, Mike? What do you think this needs? What is challenging for you, or what confuses you, or what do you feel like you're not quite hitting the note yet?
I would say more so the moment to moment. Trying to make sure it's all as specific as I can get it to be, or like maybe personalize it, if that would help it get more specific.
Those are three different things. When you say moment to me, that's about improvisation. That's what we would call repetition in the Meisner work, as you know. Moment to moment means I'm listening and responding, and even if we did the play six shows a week, 8 shows a week, every night's a little bit different because what I'm getting from my partner is a little bit different. So that's not something that involves crafting. That's just a skill of improvising, like jazz musicians who know how to get together and play with each other. I actually think you're doing that okay. You do pretty well with that. Um, so for me, it'd be more about crafting, which gets into what you say being specific, or what I would call underpinnings, um, which it's not clear right now, and we may not be able to solve it tonight, why you need him to help you and who he is to you.
These are the questions you're asking me, correct?
I am, right, because that's in a way the whole engine of the play, which is he's Yoda. He has the secret. He has the skill, and you don't. And you need it from him. You want him to pass on the secret. Train me. Show me how to do it. Because the way you do it doesn't work. But the way he does it, he was tops in his game. We're talking about 3-card Monte, friends. That was the hustle. Where's the ace? Where's the ace? Follow the ace. Which is a hustle because the dealer decides when he's going to win. So why do you need that? What's your understanding of that?
More of like a social status in a neighborhood. I would say for one, like, because I know for Booth, for myself, it'll help me make more money, and with money comes with status, and then I'll have. He mentions a girl in the play. I forget the name of the girl.
Grace, oddly enough, who we're going to see a very different Grace in the next scene, but this is not Jane Fonda. Yeah. I hear your words right now. I'm not seeing it even when you talk about it. It's about in a much deeper and primitive way. I need to feel like I'm somebody and not like I'm nobody. I walk around because the way Grace treats you, she's rejected you, and we find out at the end of the play that you ultimately murdered her, right? And kept that a secret. So there's something in you that can't be a loser. You need to feel like a winner, and you need to feel supported. And he owes you. He's your older brother. And your mother said, you look out for him. What the fuck? It's time for him to look out for you. He's got it together. Now you need to get it together so you can be somebody. I can't be nobody. It's a little bit like On the Waterfront, and I could have been a contender. Marlon Brando, if you know the film, right? So that's juicy, right? Your self-esteem can't take that I'm nobody. I walk around and I'm nobody. I need to feel like I'm somebody, which of course money would be a manifestation of that, speaking of manifesting, but that's going to create a feeling inside you that is like, I feel good about myself. The way people look at me, I feel good about myself. The way Grace looks at me, I feel good about myself. Help me to do that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah, that I'm starting to understand what you mean with um bringing more life to the circumstances, like wanting it more.
You have to need it. And in the scene, your objective is a very simple objective. Get back into the game, right? I'm trying to earn a living. You're standing in my way. Help me. Help me. Tell me how to do it, right? And you're going to have arguments that are about putting down his work so that he can come and do the work he used to do, which is to show you how to do it. We do the card game, people will know the real deal. The faster they win, fast they win, we faster we win. It's all upside. We can score, man. Get with me on this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's do it again. And I'm going to turn off my camera, but I'm going to keep my mic on. And I may just like coach you from the side. I may throw in some paraphrases which aren't in the script, but might help you drop into what's going on. Yeah, try it one more time.
Do you want the monologue involved
I
again?
want you to start with that one, yeah, because
Okay.
I think that's important because it has to do with you owe me.
Mhm. Ready, Leo? Oh. He was putting her stuff in bags. He told me to look out for you. Told her I was the little brother, and the big brother should look out after the little brother. And she
And
just said it
how
again.
fucked up is it that she told you to look out for him? Here it is, your mother's leaving you forever, and on her way out the door with her nice suitcases that she wasn't using, just using bags, she says, "Oh, by the way, take care of your big brother." What? That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Start again.
She was putting stuff in bags.
In what?
She was putting her stuff in bags. She had all them nice suitcases, but she was putting her stuff in bags, packing up her shit. She just looked at me and told me to look after you.
She did what?
Packing up all her shit. She just told me to look out after you. Told her I was the little brother and the big brother needed to look out after the little brother. She just said it again, that I should look out for you. Yeah, so but who's gonna look out for me? Not like you care, but here I am interested in
not like who cares?
it's not like you care.
Who?
Not like you care. Here I am interested in an economic opportunity.
What is it you're
Willing to,
interested in? That's huge.
here I am interested in an economic opportunity. I am willing to work hard, willing to take risk. And all you can say, you shit eating motherfucking pathetic limp dick Uncle Tom, all you can tell me is how you don't never do this no more.
You're
What
getting,
I be wanting to do,
I want you to say that to him. He's the one who is the shit-eating, motherfucking, pathetic, limp dick Uncle Tom. He is. He's letting you down.
here I am, interested in an economic opportunity, willing to work hard. I'm willing to take risk.
Look at
And
him.
all you can say, you shit eating, limp dick eating Uncle Tom motherfucker. All you can tell me is how you don't want to do this no more. How here I am trying to make a living and you're standing in my way. You're standing in my way, Link.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you sorry, all right.
Insult him with that. He's a sorry motherfucker.
Yeah, you sorry, all right.
I can't be hustling no more, bro.
What you do all day ain't no hustle.
It's honest work.
Dressing up like some cracker ass white man, dead president, and letting some people shoot at you. That sounds like an honest work to me.
That's not the line. It sounds like a hustle to me.
Oh, sounds like a hustle to me.
So what is that bullshit? He says it's honest work. I say, are you kidding me? Say that.
You kidding me?
Dressing up, go.
Are you kidding me? Dressing up like some cracker ass person, white person, dead president, and letting some people shoot at you. That's a hustle to me.
People know the real deal. When people know the real deal, it ain't a hustle.
We play the card game, people will know the real deal.
Say, come on, man. Come on, man.
Come
Say that.
on, man. Come on, man. We play the card game, people will know the real deal. Sometimes they win, sometimes we win. They move faster, they win. We move faster, we win.
I ain't going back to that, bro. I ain't going back.
You ain't going back, but you going way back. Way back to
Are
back
you
when.
serious? Are you serious? Say that.
Are you serious? You ain't going way back, but you going way back. Back to when folks were still slaves and shit.
Hey, don't
That's
push me.
important. That's way back. He's talking about Abraham Lincoln. He ain't going back. That's all he's doing is going back. You play Honest Abe. Say that. You play Honest Abe.
You play Honest Abe. You ain't going back, but you going way back.
How far
Back
back?
to back to when folks was still slaves and shit.
What are slaves? How far back is he going? How fucked up is what he's doing?
Backwards as hell.
Don't move away from it. Move right into it. Are you kidding me? You play Honest Abe. Do it again.
Are you kidding me? You play Honest Abe. You ain't going back, but you going way back. Back when folks was still slaves and shit.
Don't push me.
Threaten him with that. Say,
Don't push
I will
me.
fuck you up.
Don't
Watch
push
it.
me.
Did he just flex on you?
You're gonna have to leave.
Fine. I'll be gone tomorrow.
Good.
Have the
Because
last
this was a
word. Use that
temporary
good. Have the last word.
good. Because this was a temporary arrangement.
I will be gone tomorrow.
Good.
Okay. Well, are we getting anywhere? Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna steal your line. I'm acting my ass off.
Yes. No, you're supposed to say you're acting your balls off.
Oh, acting my balls off.
Yeah. Well, it worked, right?
Yeah, it definitely did. I see
Yeah.
the difference, especially with I don't know what you call it, but like, are you still like the "Are you serious?" That like moment before to you play
Yeah.
Honest Abe, that was
Well, it's so perfectly written, He says I ain't going back, and what he means is I'm not going back to hustling, and you just turn that around and go, "Are you kidding? How back are you going? You're going back 140 years, bro. You're going back to 1865. You ain't going back. You went and you dropped the line, but you're going all the way back. You said you're going way back, but it's all the way back. And that word all is so helpful because the vowel, this is technical shit, but like the all, you can extend that for like a minute, which gives the audience and you and your brother a sense of like how far regressed he is. Are you kidding me? You're in the Stone Age. And it backs up what you said about calling him an Uncle Tom. You're letting white people shoot you with a cap gun playing Honest Abe. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to do something that's an economic opportunity. So we're going to stop now. You limp dick motherfucker, says Tranquility PT. Yes, the comments are just so good. It's so good when we can swear in the theater, my friends. Um, so how was that? And please be generous to these good actors in the chat, my friends, because they're being generous to the work and to you. But I think it needs some homework at this point to get more deeply rooted in the why, which is kind of, I'll speak a little inside baseball, but Mike, when we worked on activities, one of the biggest things that actors grapple with, and Leo knows this too, is finding the right reason for why they're fixing that plate, why they're sewing that shirt. And the reason has to be a passionate reason and something that Meisner would call a living necessity inside you. And so when you said, more money and status in the neighborhood, it felt a little flat. And when I said, no, you need to feel like you're somebody instead of nobody, that could get more personalized because that's why you killed Grace, because she rejected the diamond you got her. Um, and that's why you need the $500 inheritance that your mother left you, because it feels like you're somebody when you have that. And you also have a piece of her with you. You're orphans. Your mother left you. And so you need to feel like somebody. And that's what drives, in many ways, the whole play, but certainly this scene. So some of this I can't coach, or if we were coaching on it, I'd say go do some homework and then let's get back together tomorrow and work with what you've kind of unearthed in yourself, which is going to make it Mike's version of the scene. Yeah. And come to Brooklyn, man.
I'll be there soon.
All right.
You need to come visit.
No, you're not visiting. You're coming to do our work together.
I gotta look at some real estate, see where I'm gonna move to.
Yeah,
There we
good.
go.
All right. All right. So thanks,
Awesome.
everybody. How's that, Marina? We
That
good?
was beautiful. Thank you guys. Round of applause. We like to go off mute and all applaud. It sounds crazy, but take yourself off mute and clap. 'Cause it's
Great job, fellas.
Amazing.
Great job. Great job.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great work.
Remember, you're special and you're amazing and fabulous.
I love that. All right. Does anyone have any questions? You can either drop them in the chat, or come off mic. We have about 10 minutes. We're going to take some questions and then we're going to move to the next scene. Just some discussion or anything that came up for you or things that you want Terry to elaborate on that he said. I know we like the limp dick motherfucker line. That was a popular one. Maybe we get a sign that says that in the studio, Terry.
Yeah.
Quick question. I was gonna
Yeah,
go ahead
sorry.
and
If you wanna ask a question, if you don't mind just saying your name and where you are, and I'll try to spotlight you if I can find you.
hey, how you doing? My name is Muhammad Williams. I am in Washington, D.C., aka Chaos City right now. Government shutdown and all. So um I was wondering if Terry does one-on-ones. I have three separate productions that I have coming up.
3.
Yes, sir.
Most actors would kill for one, Mohammed.
This November 21st to the 24th, I'm all set. And then December, I'm in Sierra Leone shooting for 2 weeks. And then January, I'm back and shooting in New York. So I'm
You're living the good life. I do. I do work one-on-one. And I also have some other coaches who are teachers at my studio. So if you want to email Kevin, Marina,
Yeah,
right?
you can just email info@terryknickerbockerstudio.com and it will get to all of us.
Yeah.
Roger that. Done.
Where are these?
I'll do that.
I assistant directed a play years ago, Measure for Measure at the Arena Stage in
I'm
Washington.
very close to there.
I love Washington. DuPont Circle was where I was staying, and some really nice Ethiopian food there.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think better than we have in New York sometimes.
Even
Yeah,
though I don't think it's spicy enough for me, I'm West African, so we, for us it's a lot of spice.
yeah,
So yeah, but this is a great melting pot.
yeah.
Some of the best food in the world.
Terry, we
Well,
got to get you out there to do a workshop in DC.
I'd love it. I love Woolly Mammoth. Are they still around? Woolly Mammoth?
They're still around actually.
Yeah.
There's a play that's there right now that I'm trying to see. And a couple of my friends are actually doing Top Dog Underdog right now in Maryland.
Yeah. Washington and Maryland are great, and Virginia, great, great theater towns. Yeah. Is the Olney in Maryland? Is that right? Yeah.
Only yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. That's where Josh Charles is from Maryland. And of course, he's a Baltimore Orioles fan. Great. Well, thank you. What brought you here today, Mohammed?
I've been doing the Chubbuck technique for the past 3 years, and I wanted to try something different. One of my mentors recently told me that the best thing you can do as an actor is not just stick to one technique. Try to learn as much as possible from a couple of different ones, and then at some point you're going to end up coming up with your own method that works for you when you're on set.
Yeah.
So
Well, Ivana Chubbuck, who's a coach and a teacher and has written a book from LA, it has a very different approach than I do. So it
yeah,
could feel a little bit like whiplash, and especially in terms of the sourcing of authentic emotion, which for her is about going back to stuff that happened to you, kind of like the
yep,
Strasbourg, and
hmm
really even getting into your trauma. Um, I am strongly against that. Um,
uh,
and yet, we both want the same thing, um,
yep,
which is rich, personal, resonant stories. But uh, it's a fact that the human nervous system uh, responds to fantasy in the very same way it responds to reality. So Meisner uh, and Stella Adler got more into the imagination than into not what was, but what could be. And
right,
the same possible emotional response could happen, right? So if I had a child who died, um, the Chubbuck idea might be, and like, well, let's get into that because that's powerful. What would be cool
right,
if I didn't have a child and I imagined she died, and then I got into that, and I'd still have the same emotion. So different approaches, and at the end of the day, it is what you said, whatever works for you.
right,
Whatever
right,
works for you, as long as I think you're playing safe, and not, you know, hurting yourself, then go for it. Yeah.
Roger, Roger. Looking forward to it. I'll send an email once
All right.
this is over.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mohammed.
Congratulations on all your work. People are
Thank
jealous.
you.
People are jealous, Mohammed.
We have another question, Terry, from Ingrid. Ingrid, I'm going to put you on
I love that
spotlight.
name. I love the name Ingrid.
Thank you.
Where
Thank
are
you.
you? Where are
I
you, Ingrid? Look at
appreciate that. And you'll love my middle name, which is Ursula.
Ursula's a good one too. You don't see a lot of Ursulas these days, Ingrid,
No, you don't. But
right?
you know what? The combination, I have to thank my mom and dad. But that's you know, that's move on.
You got
Um,
a burgundy room. You've got art behind you. There's a lot cooking there, Ingrid.
I do. I have a lot cooking.
Yeah.
Terry,
Yes. What the hell, Ingrid?
Terry,
What are you doing here, Ingrid? You could be doing so
what,
many things tonight.
wow, I could be, but why not be here?
Well, I don't
That's
know.
my question for you. Why shouldn't I be here?
Why not? What's your
Exactly.
question? I'm never going to let you
Um,
get that question out, Ingrid.
okay,
I'm just gonna
okay.
keep bothering you. Go ahead, ask your question.
No, okay. Mike, so starting new, um, and hearing many different opinions. Okay, Meisner, thank you, please. Method, thank you, please. Reality, thank you, please. And it's one of those things. I'm not going to ask you to Terry to tell me what to do. I'm just going to ask you um, why Meisner over Stella Adler and some of the other ones, because it it feels right to you. So I'm just
Sure.
wondering,
Well, first of all,
so I can have it feel right for me.
yes, and what feels right for you may not be what feels right for someone else, right? So
Yeah.
autobiographically, I went to NYU to study acting
Yeah.
and studied method there to start with. Went to the Strasberg Institute while Lee was still alive, so I got a good
Mm.
dose of that. Um,
Hmm.
and then that didn't quite resonate for me for various reasons.
Mm.
Um, although I had one really good teacher, and sometimes it's the teacher more than the approach. Um,
Ah,
so
I agree.
so
Thank you.
I had one really good teacher. Then I went to NYU had a thing called the Experimental Theater Wing, which was a postmodern kind of approach to acting, which used things like the viewpoints. Mary Overly was one of my teachers, which is a postmodern way of working on. She was a dancer, but it's a way of working on performance. Um, and the work of a Polish theater maker named Jerzy Grotowski, which was a very physically embodied approach. He also was an expert on Stanislavski. I used to sneak into Stella Adler's classes while she was still alive. She gave these great lectures, and so I got a taste of that. Um, and I was looking for my way in. And when I graduated, my work was hit or miss. And my first day of class at NYU, first day, we started scene study, which is a way a lot of schools start. So we started with like Streetcar Named Desire on day one. And I was there like, well, it's NYU. They're the gold standard. So if they say Streetcar Named Desire, we're going to do that. And that helped me to do that scene. And then we do another scene. I got to do that scene. Long story short, I graduate and some of my work is good and some of my work is not good. Some of my work, I know what I'm doing. Some of my work, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a graduate of NYU. Great place. Well, that really worried me, right? How can you imagine being a dentist? And some days a patient sits in your chair and you know what to do, and other days you go, what's a drill? What's a mouth? Right? And you don't see that in other performing arts, right? You don't see that with plumbers, skilled plumbers. You don't see that with people who are skilled at what they're doing, don't all of a sudden the next day not know what they're doing. right? You can have a slump, but basically, Aaron Judge knows how to hit a baseball, right? You know who he is. Yankees, right? Captain of the Yankees. Huge home run hitter, right? So around that time, I was working backstage at a theater in New York, La Mama, great off Broadway theater on East 4th Street. And night after night, there was this guy in the lead of this show who was amazing. But not only was he was amazing every night. And I just was like, I want to be able to do that. I mean, my heroes were like Meryl Streep, Diane Keaton, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, Harvey Keitel, you know, all the greats. Christopher Walken, Robert Duvall, Robert De Niro, and I wanted to do that. And I said, "Hey man, how you do that?" He goes, "Well, I studied the Meisner technique with this guy Bill Esper." Called him the next day, right? So I didn't know what the Meisner technique was. There was no book out on that then. It was kind of a well-kept secret. Um, and I went and saw Bill, and he said, "Well, yeah, that you saw." Yeah, I said, "I want to be good," And he said, "Great. It's a 2-year program." I said, I didn't think twice. I didn't go, wait a minute, I already did 4 years. You did 2 more years? I just went, I'm in, man, because I want to do it. And then I said very arrogantly, hey, Bill, um, where are you going to put me in your studio as a graduate of NYU, thinking I'm not going to, like, I'm going to come in at least intermediate. And he said, at the beginning. And I went, Bill, I mean, as a graduate of NYU, where are you going to put me, right? And he says, are you fucking deaf? I'm going to put you in the beginning. Why? Because everyone starts at the beginning. We don't know where the holes are. What I think makes Meisner different from everyone else is that he was a trained pianist. He went to the equivalent of Juilliard, right? So I happen to have a keyboard here. You can't see it, but I think you can hear it. That's a C major scale. Now that is not Chopin. Can you not hear it?
No, the Zoom sounds the Zoom mic
Motherfucker.
is
All
picking
right. Well,
it
I
up.
just did a C major scale. Ba 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 ba. Right? That is not Chopin, but it's the seed of Chopin. And so Meisner, doing repetition work, starts from ground zero and gives you a craft, right? We do not start with Streetcar Named Desire. That would be like starting piano lessons with Chopin. That would be like starting ballet with Swan Lake. You start ballet with first position, second position, plie. Now, no one goes to the theater to a concert to go see scales, but the more scales you do, the more musical you become. So, what I love about the Meisner work is that it's eminently practical, it's very full of your imagination, and it's foundational. You build a foundation so that you have a craft that will last you the rest of your life. I know of no other approach to the training of actors that does it like that. So I do it because it works and because it's smart and because it's healthy and because it's hard and because it's fun. That's my answer, Ingrid, Ursula. But you have to try. By the way, there's some.
Wow, that was an amazing essay on Mr. Meisner, and I love it, and it speaks to me wholeheartedly. The only thing is, the only thing is, and maybe I'll be able to get to you, Terry. I live in Pennsylvania,
You know what?
and I've been told. You tell me if I'm wrong. I have heard that doing Meisner over virtual is poo poo.
No, only if it's done badly. There are good Meisner teachers and bad Meisner teachers. Most
Okay,
of them
okay.
most of them are bad. We did it during the pandemic for a year and a half, and we figured out how to do it really well. When I say we, I don't mean the royal we, I mean me and my faculty. It's better in person. It's better in person, and
Indeed.
and if you really want it, you'll make a pilgrimage and you'll arrange your life to invest in your talent. And maybe you start out with like an intensive. Anyway, I don't want to sell you on my school. You sound like a very interesting person. Um, I think what would be great is if you arranged a conversation with Marina because she's really good at listening hearing where you're at and offering suggestions. We have a wonderful teacher named Megan Mulcahy who's teaching it online right now, and another wonderful teacher named Isabella, and they do it very well.
Yay.
And during the pandemic, we had 100 students when the pandemic hit. We called every one of them. New York was an epicenter and said, we're going online. New York was shut down.
Mm,
Um, and we want to try this. There was a lot of fear, a lot of weirdness. People had left New York.
yeah.
99 of those 100 signed up and stayed. And
How wonderful.
and and
And
they, and they were voting with their pocketbooks because they pay their fees every month. So if it wasn't working, they would have just bounced. But
exactly.
we found a way to make it, but it's better in person. All right. I'm going to move on, Ingrid, because we have a program and my handlers are poking
thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. It was so nice to meet you. You're an interesting lady, I must say, right,
I
friends?
love it.
That's Ingrid.
That was great. Thanks, Ingrid. That was a beautiful question. Thank you, Terry. And I see Riley and Shay, you have your hands up. If you can type your questions in the chat, we're going to move on to the next scene and then we'll have some time at the end. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat because that is how we will know what questions to go to afterwards. Sorry, we didn't get to everyone's questions yet. We're going to
I
move on
am
to the
all
next
fired
scene.
up. I'm all fired up. And now for something completely different.
Yes, I'm trying to
Grace,
find them.
Grace and
I'm
Frankie.
here.
All
I
right.
can't turn on my video. It says it's blocked.
Oh, no.
Right,
Okay.
the host has stopped it.
I stopped your video in the middle because you accidentally turned it on during the
I'm
scene,
sorry.
Timmy. But that's
So
okay.
sorry.
I can. No. You're
Shame
good.
on
You're
you.
good. I can ask you to start your video, and that should work. Did you get a notification?
Yes, I'm here.
Gorgeous. Let me find you. I don't know. And there's Elizabeth. I'm gonna add you, and there's Kimmy, and now we're all here.
Holy cow. All right.
Here we go.
So Kimmy, I don't watch this show.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what we need.
To know.
Terry, your sound just went off for a second, but I think it's back.
How about now? Okay, good. Yeah. Tell me what we need to know about this scene, about this relationship. I know it's mother-daughter, and about this circumstance.
In this circumstance, so Brianna, her mom is Jane Fonda, has left her cosmetic company, and Brianna has finally settled into her own, become her own person, handling the business. Mommy comes by for a little visit unexpectedly in my new CEO office, and chaos ensues. Their relationship, I would say, is very corporate and not so loving mother-daughter.
Give me 3 adjectives for the essence of Brianna's character, separate from the relationship.
Okay. Adjectives. I'm worst at grammar. Controlling,
Uh-huh.
very opinionated,
Mm-hmm.
and righteous.
Great. And what is the circumstance today?
I think, mother came by. We were going to go out for a lunch, and I'm showing off my new office.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right. Is that enough for you, Elizabeth, to know what to go on? All right. So I'm going to turn off my video, and I recommend, Kimmy, that you just turn off your video so that you're not watching yourself. And we'll see
But
what
just remind me, I don't stop my video. There's the 3 buttons.
you do. Self-view, hide self-view.
In the top right corner, Kimmy, you see there's a button that says view, and you're going to press that to hide self view.
Show self view, gallery.
The 3 dots in your picture. Maybe. That's how I do it in mine.
Okay, I can't see myself anymore. I think I did it.
Great, and we can still see you. Perfect. Okay,
Great.
so I'm going to do the same thing. You're going to go through the scene with each other, listening and responding and going from moment to moment. I'm going to take some notes and then we'll come back and we'll see what we can do to make it a little better. Yeah? Okay, thank you.
I need one more second. I'm having a little technical difficulty.
Anything we can do to help, Elizabeth?
I just need to decrease my screen Oh, I just messed up. Okay, back. I'm trying to find my script because I put it on screen, so I just need to. I think I know what to do. Figured it out. Yay. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you.
You ready? Hi, Mom.
Oh, this is different.
Have a seat.
Oh. Oh.
I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Um, so what's up?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about it lately, and so I've come to apologize.
Apology accepted. What'd you do?
I handed you this business and I abandoned you.
Oh, not exactly. I mean, we're up 15% from last quarter.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. But I want to make it up to you by offering you something you could really use.
Boyfriend that doesn't talk.
No, me. I would love to come back.
Oh,
Uh, no, you'd still be CEO. I mean, but it just feels like it would be a natural fit for me.
but you retired. We had a party. There were fish cakes and speeches. Margaret cried.
Do we have a problem here?
Well, I don't know, Mother. We've kind of gone in a different direction, and that took capital, and I don't think I have the money to hire somebody new.
Well, what do you mean different?
Um, I mean, just more relevant.
Are you are you implying that I'm irrelevant? I mean, 'cause that would be interesting, given that my face is still all over the darn box.
Um, Only till fall.
You replaced my face with a plant?
I'm sorry. I
I've
should
been
have told you.
erased. Help me here, damn it.
I don't think I can.
Uh, no, 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 out of the chair. Oh, never mind.
Mom,
So, so I can't. I mean, why not?
I can't because if you're here, no one will see me. You're a big presence here, and if you come back, I will be completely invisible, and you don't know how that feels.
I think I'm beginning to.
Great, 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 great. Okay, so Kimmy, what are your thoughts and what do you think would make it better? And here's a bonus question.
Okay.
Going back to our time together, and just to disclose, Kimmy did the 2-year training with me years ago, and then I think you came back and did a master class, but
Hmm.
which was lovely. But so we've known each other a long time since before you got married,
Hmm.
before you had those 2 kids. The bonus question is, if you could wave a magic wand, not just about this scene, about your acting,
Mm.
what would you want to improve?
My confidence. I
Oh,
feel like
con-
everything I prepare and as much time as I get into a scene, all my notes, all my prep, I get in front of the camera and I lose it all. I
okay.
self-doubt.
Okay. So that's less about your acting and more about a mindset.
Yeah.
That can be worked on, but what about the acting itself? Let's assume you're confident.
Okay.
Let's assume confident means I feel ready, right?
Hmm.
I did my work and I'm ready to go. Like, are you confident that you know how to change a diaper, for instance?
In my sleep.
Right. Okay. So you're confident about that because you've practiced it a lot. So you
Yeah.
don't go, oh my God, diapers. You look, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
But when it comes to your acting, what what needs supporting, expanding, solidifying, whatever?
I think just like digging into, like, I feel like I know this character so well and all the layers of, I guess I just need help like building on it through the scene. So like I feel confident where she's coming in, and then at the end you just, she's, her role just shattered. So I guess I just need help with like all the layers in between.
I'm actually talking about like the bigger picture.
Okay.
Let me ask you more directly. What is your relationship with aggression?
Ooh, I'm non-confrontational for sure.
Right. Right. Well, that makes no sense for acting. That would, because the essence of drama is conflict, right? And so to me, that's your huge opportunity, not just in this scene, but in all your work, is to um, take your fear by the hand.
Mhm.
By the way, you weren't born non-confrontational. You just had to become that because of the environment you were growing up in.
Mhm.
Gave
Mhm.
a way for you to, make sure you were alive. There were probably some people around who wanted to push you around or yell at you or tell you what to do or whatever, and it was scary, right? So you found a way to kind of keep the peace, right?
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
you're living with that in your work. And that's one of the things I remember from our work together is wanting to kind of give you some vitamin shots that help you run toward the cannons,
Yeah.
right? Right? Because in acting, it's safe. It's safe. Everything in acting is safe, right? The worst that's going to happen is you're going to get upset or you're going to have an experience or you're going to get pissed off. Or even if you get killed, you don't really get killed. You take a bow and win an Academy Award, right?
Yeah.
So things that in life aren't safe, are everything in acting is meant to be safe, right? And because it's safe, you can really run towards the cannons. If you're a fight or flight person and you're a flight person in acting, you can be a fight person,
Yeah.
right? So to me, that's your overall opportunity separate from this scene, and that's also what's missing in this scene.
Okay.
To put it succinctly, you're being too nice.
Okay.
And for the journey of the scene, for that last thing to, there's a big reveal at the end of the scene,
Yeah.
you know, where she goes, so I can't, why not? And then you reveal all this stuff about, well, your insecurities, your sense of being invisible, your sense of I've lived in your shadow my whole life, right? That's why I've changed and taken your picture off the thing because this is my chance to establish myself as a grown-up person instead of someone who's like a mini me of you. As
Yeah.
long as you're here, I'll never be able to be my full size, right? So that's a big reveal, which means that has to be covered up.
Okay.
And the way you're going to cover it up is by being direct and businesslike,
Okay.
right? Do you follow?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Because she's the big scary monster, and you have to be the boss because you are the boss. And she's very intimidating. By the way, I happen to know I'm in a business sort of organization, and we have four people in my group. There are like 12 of us who are in family businesses, and they're all the next generation.
Mhm.
One is in a glue company, one is in a diamond dealer, one is in an HVAC place. Marina, that's the person who does our HVAC, right? And one is diamonds, glue. God, there are four of them. Anyway, I'm forgetting the fourth one. And they're all struggling with how do I tell dad or mom how I want to do it? Because it's already been said, you are the next generation, right? But dad and mom don't want to do, like, we don't want to do AI. We don't want to, we don't want to change the color of this. What are you doing? That's not the way we did it. And
Right.
they always have to struggle with feeling small, right? So this scene is very true to life. This is your company now. She gave it to you. Let me
Yeah.
run it. Yeah. And that's hard because sometimes with our parents, we still feel small,
Yeah.
right? So, like when we're in our lives, we feel big. And then when we go home for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, we regress. So
I
just,
remember you always saying that after.
yeah, but it's true,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it
Right.
is. So
So when
true.
she comes in the office, you become a little girl
Okay.
and you have to fight to be a big girl,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm going to give you some stuff around that, okay?
Okay.
So be businesslike. Don't be friendly.
Okay.
And let's put a period after the word hi as well as after the word mom, right?
Okay.
Right? Like you're running into an ex you don't want to see.
Okay.
Does that make
Hi,
sense?
Mom.
That's
Yeah.
right. Ah, you're here.
Hi.
Well, how can I help you?
Mhm.
Can I help you? Dry,
Okay.
unfriendly, businesslike.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Start again. And I took my video off, but I may coach you from the side. All right.
Hi, Mom.
Don't make that hi, make it short. Hi.
Hi, Mom.
2 words. Hi, mom.
Hi, Mom.
Shorter. And put a space between each of those words.
Hi, Mom.
This is different.
Say, I don't have time for that, Kimmy.
I don't have time for that. Have a seat.
Don't roll your eyes. Just be direct and blunt. I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that.
Now
Have a
say
seat.
blunt. Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Now say, I wish you weren't here.
I wish you weren't here.
Don't
Have a
change a
seat.
thing. Don't change a thing and say the next line.
I wish you weren't here. So glad you stopped by.
Yep, me too.
So, what's up?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about it lately, so I have come to apologize.
Apology accepted. What did you do?
I handed you this business and I abandoned you.
Laugh, Kimmy.
Not exactly. I mean, we are up 15% this last quarter.
Well, that's wonderful, honey, but I want to make it up to you by offering something you could really use.
A boyfriend that doesn't talk.
No, me. I would love to come back.
Oh,
Well, you'd still be CEO, but it just feels like a natural fit for me.
yeah, but you retired. We had a party. There were shrimp cakes and speeches, and Margaret cried.
Yeah, refresh your memory. See, it doesn't work anymore. You can't go back to high school. You already graduated.
Yeah, but you retired. There were a party and shrimp cakes and speeches, and Margaret cried.
Do we have a problem here?
Threaten her a little bit, Elizabeth.
Do we have a problem here?
Well, mother, I don't know. I mean, we've gone in a different direction and that took capital. And I don't think we have the funds to hire anybody else right now.
What do you mean different?
Don't call us, we'll call you.
Yeah, we kind of went in a different direction and that took a lot of capital. So we don't really have funds to hire anybody else right now.
What do you mean different?
Oh gosh,
How
just
do I
more
say,
relevant.
yeah, how do I say this? Look for the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Just
like
more relevant.
not like granny jeans, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just,
don't know.
more relevant.
Something under 70, perhaps.
Like something just more relevant than.
Are you implying that I'm irrelevant? Because that would be interesting, given that my face is all over the damn box.
Say, oh, believe me, I know.
Oh, believe me, I know. Only until fall, though.
You replaced my face with a plant? I've been erased.
Sorry, Mom.
Say whatever.
Whatever. Sorry, Mom. I should have told you.
Help me here, damn it.
I don't think I can.
No, out of the chair. Oh, never mind.
Mom.
So I can't. Why not?
Take a
I
breath.
can't because
Take a breath.
I can't because if you are here, I will be invisible.
Show her everything that's going on inside you.
I can't because if you're here, then nobody will see me. You're a big presence, and if
How
you
big?
come back,
How
I
big? How
will
big
be
is how big is she? How
you're
big?
you're a huge presence. And
That's
if
right.
you come back here, then I will be invisible. And I don't think you know how that feels.
She's never been invisible, ever. She takes
And if
up all the
you
space.
I can't because if you're here, then nobody will see me. You're a huge presence here. And if you come back, I will be completely invisible. And I don't think you know how that feels.
It's scary. Say it's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah.
If you come back, then I will be completely invisible. And you do not know how that feels.
I don't think you know how that feels.
I don't think you know how that feels.
I think I'm beginning to.
Wow, night and day, Kimmy. Holy cow. Now, how was that? How did that feel?
Felt really good.
Yeah. Well, there's a journey now. I would say that the first part is needs a bit more specificity, which we could discover if we were to work longer on it. So it's a little one note. It's a very good note, right? That's the right note, I think.
Mhm.
Dry, businesslike. Oh,
Yeah.
it's you. I wish you weren't here.
Yeah.
I saw anybody here watch the morning show? Do you watch the morning show?
Yeah.
So uh uh, I got an actor, Boyd Holbrook, who studied with me and has now got a nice arc,
Yeah.
multi-episode arc this season. But um, the guy from Mad Men, who was hanging out with, who's the main lead? Not Reese, but the other one. The
Jennifer
other,
Aniston.
yeah,
Jennifer Aniston.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So they had a thing last season, then they broke up. Then Jennifer Aniston goes to a party or an event, and he's there. And it's so formal and so uncomfortable because he dumped her and fucked everything up. So I think that's what it's like to have your mother here, right? Is she's the enemy. She makes you feel small, so you have to be cold, right? Um, and businesslike and own the room. And her being here makes it hard. And I think you were really catching that in a very nice way. But it's a little general for my taste, and that's on me, right? Like you did everything I asked you to do. But if we were to dig in more, I'd go like, okay, well, let's shape it a little bit more, which is why I said at one point, laugh, or maybe you can even enjoy the sadistic pleasure of showing her the box, which is that I've erased you now, only till next fall. Then things are changing. Um, but really nice and a really more of a journey, right? Because I thought you were too available when we first did it.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth, because Elizabeth, I want to is also not only a performer but also an acting teacher of some repute and skill, um, and I'm proud to say a colleague. But you were receiving more from her, I'm imagining, the second time, yeah, that gave you more to work off of, right? Um, And then that reveal is a payoff at the end. And you were beautifully connected, Kimmy. Now, I want to ask you another question, and then we're going to open it up for. I see all these hearts. You can type shit in the chat, my friends, about what you saw and how good these two women are, because they were really good. Um, do you feel just in this brief time, more confident.
Absolutely. I want to go and make some phone calls to my family right now.
Yeah, but as an actor, do you feel more
I do. It gives you I like just like having the best meal right now because I just feel getting, I've been practicing so much by myself lately. And if I get an audition, not working with somebody in real life. So having this play with Elizabeth has just been so rewarding and seeing the journey so clearly now that I didn't see when I, picked up this scene on Monday.
Yes, that's great that you said that. And it's one of the unfortunate, unintended consequences of the pandemic was basically every casting office closed their physical office. It used to be that you'd be in a room and, you know, get adjustments.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen anymore. Even for Broadway, they want like self-tapes. And maybe they'll have a Zoom callback. And rarely you'll actually be there in person. So that's the reality. The upside of that is you get to make it, you can make your self-tape 70 times until you like it. Uh,
Yeah.
So you never have that regret of why didn't I do that, right? But it could be very lonely. So I would advise all of you who are living in self-tape land, get a good reader, get a friend, make them dinner, work on the audition together, coach each other, have a peer coach, right? So that the person you're reading with is someone who you trust and respect, and they can, give you ideas, and it'll just feel good to be with the human being in the room, and your self-tapes will be that much better. You won't be so lonely.
I really appreciate that, Terry, that reminder.
Yeah,
And thank you, Kimmy, for
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna all get off mute and clap now as we do, as is tradition. So everybody put your camera on. We're gonna clap. We don't even do this in person, but on Zoom it's intense.
Amazing job, ladies.
Beautiful.
Yay!
All right. I love it. Thank you all. Thank you both, Kimmy and Elizabeth. So here's what's gonna happen now. We technically have 6 minutes, but if it's okay with you, Terry, I'd like to go over like 10 minutes because we have three really great questions and I want you to have time to answer them.
I'm
Before
happy
we
to
do
do it.
that, beautiful. Before we do that, if anyone does have to go at 8:30 because they're waiting on an Uber or they have to feed their dogs, I want to just say we're going to take the extra 10 minutes to answer some questions. But if you would like to talk to me about programs we have, I just dropped my Calendly in the chat. And Angeline's going to drop the link to sign up for an open house because we have some in-person open houses in November and December where you can see the work in person. There's also Terry, close your ears because I know you hate this word, charcuterie. There'll be, there will be charcuterie, and I'll be there, and Terry will be there. We'll have different teachers there at each one, so you can see some of the work live in action and see our beautiful studio in Industry City. So we'd love to see you at those events. And then Terry, can you see? Oh, I think someone's off mute, and it's causing a little feedback. Terry, can you see the 3 questions that I sent you in the chat?
Oh my goodness.
Not, I can ask them to you
Yeah,
if
I
that's
think you have to ask
all
me.
right.
I
That's
can't.
fine. So we have
I
3 really beautiful questions. We'll have a couple minutes for each. And if anyone else has questions, drop them in the chat. If we don't get them today, we'll email you
Oh, I
the
see it.
answer.
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Shay's question, beyond reading scripts, should I just read that from your
Yeah,
thing?
you're welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beyond reading scripts, what exercises do you most recommend for developing craft that can be done solo at home? So I'll start with that. Um, well, acting isn't a solo sport. Acting's a team sport. So, um, reading scripts, seeing great movies, going to theater, people watching. I cannot tell you how useful people watching is. You go to a cafe for an hour and watch people, and you're going to have a treasure chest of behavior that you can steal because actors are collectors. And we're always, and that includes nature. That includes like how animals act, because there's a lot of stuff that we can get from animals that we can put into our work. Certainly working on your voice, I think is something you can do by yourself for sure, and that's important. But I think get into a class. because you have to, just what Kimmy said, she's been alone by herself working on this, and so much came from just being in the room with other people. And acting happens between people. You want to be a solo artist, be a poet, be a sculptor, be a painter. But acting, it implies two. Even if it's a one word, Lily Tomlin, who's on that Grace and Frankie show, had an incredible one woman show called The Search for Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe that was on Broadway. Whoopi Goldberg had an incredible one woman show on Broadway that I saw. There are such things as one person shows, but they're still dealing with other beings. They're dealing with the audience, they're dealing with imaginary mothers and fathers, and all that has to be practiced with people. So sorry to say, Shay, you got to get out into the world and get into a class. Um, but the people watching thing is good. Watching great performances is really important, and working on your voice, that can be done. Yeah. So that's my answer to that. Um, and it's interesting, a class, when you work in a class, our classes are usually about 20 people. When I studied, and full disclosure, Elizabeth and I studied with Bill Esper together. So we spent 2 glorious years together, and then I've been in touch since then in various capacities, and including her watching me teach and me writing recommendations. I think I wrote a recommendation for you to get your job. If I didn't, I should have, but certainly supporting that
Thank
uh,
you.
up in Binghamton, where she's really, really special and important. Um, but like, okay, class of 20, 3.5 hour class, you're going to work for 15 minutes. So why the hell doesn't the teacher just have like 15-minute appointments and people come in 2 by 2? Because you learn so much watching other people. You sitting in the room while 18 other people are working 2 by 2 gives you so much to work from, right? I've been asked and approached to teach acting by people with a lot of money saying, I don't have time to come and do your school, but how about you teach me one-on-one? I'll give you all the money. And I say, I don't want to do that. I don't think it'll work. You won't get as much. You won't know where you are until you see other people doing stuff. And then you get to steal from them. So the group is where it's at. Muhammad B. And we had a good class, Elizabeth and I. Some real interesting folks, really passionate people. Mohammed B., how do you help actors break habits that limit truthful performance? Well, I'm not interested in breaking habits. I'm interested in cultivating useful habits. Um, so I do like a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a masterpiece. Um, And Bill Esper always used to say, you can't get rid of a habit by trying not to have the habit. If I say to everyone, don't think of uh, pink kangaroos, the only thing in your mind is pink kangaroos. So Bill would say, well, how about you think about orange orangutans? And once you commit to that, the pink kangaroos are gone. So you want to replace a habit that's less useful with one that's more useful. Um, And you want to do it, the philosophy of atomic habits is you do it incrementally and very, very small. If you want to start working out, the point is not to go to the gym and do a 3 hour workout. That's way too much. Go to the gym for 5 minutes the first day and just build consistency. So truthful performance means really doing it, really being truthful. And so you can observe yourself when you brush your teeth tonight. I'm assuming some people here might brush their teeth tonight. Um, if you do that, ask yourself, are you really doing it or are you pretending to do it? Are you faking toothbrushing or are you really doing it? Because the building blocks of organic acting, according to Meisner and according to me, is truthful doing. Because if we believe the doing, we'll believe the story. And you're going to build a performance by being authentic, present, and real, right? And then you go into the script and you see, well, what's the script calling for? So I'm not interested in breaking habits. I'm interested in creating habits that create truthful performance. And when you do that, then you don't have to worry about the old stuff. Like before I came to the Meisner work, sometimes my work was really bad. Sometimes it was really good, and sometimes it was really bad. And then when we went back to this really simple thing of repetition, I'd say, you're wearing a blue shirt. And the other person says, I'm wearing a blue shirt. Actually, I fucked it up on the very first day. I don't know if you remember this, Elizabeth, but on the very first day of class, Bill Esper does all this talking about really doing and pretending to do. And then he starts to do a repetition with everyone in the class. And he would just notice something about the person. Like he'd say, you're wearing glasses, or you have a sweatshirt, or you have jeans on, and then you'd get into repetition with it. And of course, I was freaked out, you know. Um, and then Bill comes to me, and at the time I had red glasses. I had red colored glasses. And Bill said, "You're wearing red glasses." And my job was to say, I'm wearing red glasses, but I wanted to show off to the class. And I went, you're not. And Bill just went, eh, because I wasn't doing it. I was showing off. I was trying to be fancy or whatever. And man, that was a lesson. Like, just be simple. Little self-disclosure there. Riley's question, what does it do for the actors to receive feedback and instruction mid-scene? How would one maintain intention within a scene as they're taking in the feedback and making appropriate pivots, as opposed to receiving instruction after the scene and running it again? That is such a great question, Riley. Um, to me, it's a little bit like spotting at the gym. So sometimes I'm going to stop and say, let's talk about this. Often. But partly because we're in this kind of compressed time thing, and side coaching is a thing I like to do sometimes. You know, if you're in the gym and you're lifting a barbell and the coach just says, just bring your elbows in a little bit. You don't have to go, wait, what did you say? I got to think about that. Like, that's an easy enough thing to think of them as like an angel in your ear, just sort of gently guiding you towards something that might be possible. So that is something I do, but very often I'm going to go, well, let's talk about it. And I did both of that tonight. I also talked to Mike about the underpinnings, about being a somebody versus being a nobody. And I think there's both of that. The side coaching is not intended for you to think about it and process it. It's just about to hear it, and if it guides you somewhere, to go there. And one of the things I was using was what Meisner would call the actor's paraphrase, which is putting things in your own words that are helpful, kind of potent phrases. Like we do these things called spoon rivers, and there's a thing called the active meaning, Spoon River Anthology. It's these poems. And there are these poems, and I won't get into all of it, but sometimes there's a phrase you can say that if you say it, um, and you keep saying it and surround the scene and intersperse the scene with that phrase, it kind of acts like a magnet to get you on the active meaning. Like there might be a scene, a poem that's about injustice. So if you say, how dare you, and you keep saying, how dare you, and you say the poem, and then every few lines you say, how dare you, or I keep saying, say, how dare you, something about that gets the active meaning of the poem in you. But I'll say, so I do the side coaching. I do it all the time. Most actors I do it with are down for it. But one of my first professional plays that I directed, I had this amazing actress named Alma Cuervo. She was a classmate of Meryl Streep's at Yale. Unbelievable actress. I'm doing this play by Marina Irene Fornes. It's like my big professional debut. And I've got amazing actors, Stephen Rao, who went to Juilliard, Alma Cuervo, gorgeous actors. And I'm doing the side coaching. We're doing table work. And then she takes me aside on day 2 and says, Terry, I'm noticing you're talking to me while I'm doing the scene. And I see that Stephen really likes that. Terry, it's driving me up a tree. Um, I don't know how to work with that. So my request would be if you just take all the notes, I want all your notes, but don't do it while I'm acting because I get crazy, right? I was like, oh God, I fucked everything up, but thank you. Thank you for telling me that. That's how you work, right? And we ended up having an amazing experience together. God, she's so talented. And um, she trained me for what she needed. So it could be that, Riley, you're the kind of actor who can't take side coaching. Well, you would tell me that, and then we wouldn't do it, right? Because it's got to work for you. All right, those are the questions, Marina. Yeah, is that
There's
everything?
one more question from
Oh,
Tranquility.
tranquility. What Tranquility? Is that really your name? I see one person whose name is Zoom User. That's what I want to name my next kid. Zoom User. Um,
Here she is.
there's
She wants to ask her
Tranquility. Are you like a is that physical therapy or personal training?
No, it's actually a car service that I own, and I don't know why I'm on that email account.
You
Sorry.
own a car service? Who owns a car service these days? That's amazing. Where are you?
Detroit.
Wow. Well, you're like the anti-Uber.
Yeah, we are.
I like it. Do you serve drinks and stuff like that?
No, we have a strict rule against alcohol.
Okay, I was thinking
It's
like
just peaceful vibe. Oh, like water? Yes.
smoothies or whatever. Okay. So
Yeah,
when you have
water.
auditions that you're in Detroit, I like Detroit. When you have auditions that have a quick turnaround, is there somehow a universal step one that you would take to kind of shape it and transition in the way Kimmy quickly did the last scene? That is the unfortunate thing about this business is time. Like Stanislavski in the original production of The Seagull with the Moscow Art Theater rehearsed that play for 2 years, right? And I think the best work you want to take time, but that's not how this business works. They kind of give you something and you have to turn it around the next day. One of my teachers, a wonderful guy named Jason McDonald, who works with Drama Inc., which is a place in Atlanta that I work with every year. And Atlanta is a place where they do a lot of film and TV work. Teaches a class called, guess what? The Quick Turnaround. And so he's more of an expert on that than I am. But I think what you want to do is, it's like, how do you make a meal that's fantastic and you have half an hour? Because you can also make a meal that's fantastic and take all day. So obviously you can't do everything. You don't have all the details, but I would say a few key questions. Uh, who's the character? What is the acting relationship? Right. So to say that in that last scene, um, Grace is my mother tells me nothing. Grace is my overbearing mother who makes me feel small tells me something. She scares me. So what's the acting relationship, which means how do I feel about them? What's the essence of the character, which is why I asked her for 3 adjectives. She said controlling, opinionated. Um, and what's my objective in the scene? What am I trying to accomplish in the scene? I'd say she's trying to accomplish keeping her own authority with a very threatening person who wants to take it away. And then what are the beats? Like, what's the beginning, middle, and end of the scene? What's the essential journey? What's the beginning, middle, and end? Oh, hi, mom is the beginning. The middle is, well, no, we really can't help you. Sorry, not that I know what you want. That's not going to happen. Then mother gets upset and then she kind of falls. And then the end is like this big reveal. So if I can have an arc so that I have a journey in the scene, and then I start to ask myself, what am I doing? So I was writing stuff down that I didn't necessarily use in the coaching, but I wrote down actions like set the record straight, um, justify, explain, stuff like that, so that I can really practice those doings. That gives me a rough sketch that's very doable, that doesn't take a lot of work on my part. Yeah. But I also think it's okay. I think you have to say yes as an actor to most things in the beginning, but the greatest power you have is to say no. And sometimes they're going to ask you to do things really, really quickly that you don't really feel you can bring your best to it, right? So you often want to lean in, like Leslie Bibb, who's one of my clients and Sam Rockwell's girlfriend, we've been working together a long time, was doing a movie down in Atlanta with Clint Eastwood and got this audition for White Lotus, very on a very short list, and was like in the middle, like, wait, how am I going to do that? I don't even have a costume for that. You know, she had to self-tape. Chris Messina, who's another client and good friend of mine, was down there doing the movie with her and said, we'll just tape it, we'll bang it out. And like one day they banged it out and she got the part. Um, so every bone in her body was saying, shit, what do I do? Because I really want to, I mean, that's a plum part. Every woman her age wanted that part in Hollywood. Um, but I'm in the middle of something, I don't feel prepared. So she put something together and it was a great tape. She's also really good at that. But by the same token, Sam, many years ago, was offered a job where he would be replacing someone who had to drop out in like the fourth lead of a film. And it was a Western. He would have had to ride horses. He would have had to do all kinds of stuff. And he thought about it. We talked about it, and he said no. And he turned down, it was a lot of money. So it's hard to say no as an actor. We kind of think like, if we say no, maybe the door won't, they won't ring my bell again. But he didn't want to do bad work, and he felt like he couldn't represent him and the quality he likes to do with that kind of time frame. So I'd say don't be afraid to say no if you don't think you can do it well. All right. Did I answer all the questions, Marina? Did that work?
Terry.
I want to
Yeah,
take a ride
thank
in a
you.
train.
That's great.
I want to go in your car.
You should. It's very peaceful and serene and great vibes.
That's
All right,
nice.
Terry, I guess no Ubers if you go to Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
No Ubers, any of you guys, okay?
In
Okay.
Detroit or everywhere?
Oh, just Detroit.
Okay,
Okay.
everywhere else you can take
Until
Uber.
she expands her empire. But Tranquility, you got to get me to Detroit. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, so we would love to have you. We would be so honored.
Do a workshop. We're working.
If anyone wants to bring Terry to their, you know who's in here, Terry Sylvia from Rome. We're trying to get over to
I saw
Rome.
that. It's bloody like 2 a.m. for you there, Sylvia, or 3. What the hell, man?
It is. Yeah. 2:30. But thank
All
you.
right.
This was
Do an
great.
early one.
God bless you. Yeah. We had people doing, you said that there was a gentleman here, it was like 4:30 in the morning. Nipun, Marina, did the online summer intensive during the pandemic from Mumbai, and he was there on like at like 4 in the morning. And we had
Yeah.
people from Tel Aviv doing it, and it was like 4 in the morning for them.
Yeah.
So if you really want it, you'll make it happen.